WA 6LOL, 1, 2, 3, 4, hello, 1, 2.
Might help if I turn up my power. K60 West Y, Delta Mike 06.
KM6SRR, WA6LOL, Sonora.
Hey Dave, K60 West Y.
Hey, how's it going, Aaron?
Oh, going pretty good. You got kind of a fluttery signal down here. Interesting.
Well, I'm using the moon bounce antenna, so I have a lot lower noise on that, but it doesn't quite have the ERP that the other ones do. So anyway, yeah.
Okay, different antenna, that makes sense. And we will be standing by K60 West Y.
6MY. You're on here, John, WA6LOL. I should be on frequency, I think. I'm locked in. WA6LOL. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. I'll have to look up my audio settings. Oh, okay. Maybe I was talking on the wrong side of the mic or something. I had the mic cord stretched too much. Yeah, I guess if you stretch the mic cord, your audio frequency gets higher.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, part of that was me because I had your notch filter on. You have a really nice birdie. Yeah, it's off right now. And then let me turn it on here. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna leave it off. It's just before you got here, I was like, let's see if I can notch that out. But yeah, it's right in the middle of the low frequencies. Anyways, carry on. K6USY 1079.
Yeah, 8:56. And then I don't know if the net closes in time. I wanted to give you a call. I had some questions. Okay, well maybe I'll give you time to get into the fireplace then. Yeah. So anyway, K6MYC WA6LOL.
Okay, gotcha. I'm beaming south at the moment, looking for KB6, KB6 RQU. Rick, I wonder if you're in there, KB6RQU or M6SWR. How about you, Ben, K6MYC?
N6SWR, do you copy me?
Oh, yeah, I'll copy you fine. You're loud and clear. Go ahead.
Great. I hope you guys had a good Super Bowl weekend and enjoyed all the weather we've had this last week.
Well, yeah, we've been out working in the weather. It's been sunny some of the time and a little overcast from time to time. Actually, it's hazy clouds is what I've had to deal with here. We didn't get very good sun today for charging the solar panels, so I went in just before we went to dinner here at 7:10 and turned on or hooked up to the grid because I was already running pretty low.
Well, it's not very good to run out of electricity, is it?
What's that?
I say it's not good to run out of electricity.
I'm not going to run out, but I didn't want to go onto PG&E this early, but I figured with the net and everything, I'm going to be using up quite a bit. And Wednesday night is a heavy night. We have my grandson comes over and my son, and he cooked dinner, so there are always some extra electrical appliances running somewhere. And then I'm going to be out here for a while. And we got extra lights on and things like that. So anyway, I just thought I'd better get it on. It was under 50% already, which is very unusual. I didn't get anywhere near a full charge out of what was in the sky today.
Roger that. Well, I understand that's the very nature of solar. Hey, have a great evening, N6SWR.
Is that 247, Ben?
That's Roger, 247.
I see what happened here. You unhooked me, didn't you? Had a dead-on frequency, and now it's changed. Why did you unhook it, Aaron?
Well, I didn't touch anything.
I didn't do anything. Did it change somehow? Because I'm still showing I'm on frequency.
Yeah, you're fine, but I had turned mine in the lock mode. See, now it's locked. I thought I had it in lock mode. Maybe I didn't have it locked.
Yeah, that's probably you're on frequency now, K6USY.
Yeah, I must have bumped the knob here. I know I bumped it just a second ago. Did I bump it earlier?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, anyway, here we are, K6MYC. Thank you, Ben, for checking in. Good to hear you. It's been a few days. And, yeah, we had a good weekend last weekend with the Super Bowl and all. We didn't like who won the game, but it was a good game. You couldn't fault either team. And I guess Ben's gone already. KB6RQU, Rick, are you in here tonight? How about you, Rob, KM6SRR?
Hey, Mike, just got here, KM6SRR. Who did you have besides Ben and I think probably Aaron, over?
WA6LOL, Dave.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
KK6, ZKE.
I hear somebody talking. Give me your call again. You're very, very weak. Oh, that might explain why you're weak. Okay, Pat, very good. W6 Papa Mike Delta. Yeah, you're just run right on my noise here this evening. It'll probably come up in just a second. Sometimes you're loud enough to wipe out the locals. Over. Yeah, I didn't copy much of that, but we've got you checked in as number 58. Pat, thanks very much. It's just down at the moment for some reason, but I'm sure you'll come roaring up here in a minute. Anyway, good to hear you. Well, it looks like we're going to get some rain here in the next couple of 3-4 days. It's going to be equivalent to what you guys, hopefully at least, get as much as what you got in L.A. a while back. I just can't copy. It's between the fluttery and herky-jerky QSB and all, but I know you're talking about the rain and the water. I'm still very low on rainfall here. I got 7 3/8, call it 7.5 inches of rain so far since May. So we're way, way down from normal. Over.
evening, Pat. W6PMD, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over, over. Doing fine. I'm barely copying you also. I sent a letter out, so I don't know if you've had any results or not yet. Over.
Not yet. So far, we'll see. Time will tell. But I haven't heard anybody that hasn't checked in. I'm going to keep watching you.
All right. Roger, roger. I'm thinking about maybe sending another batch out here sometime soon also.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt. And you want another list? May I give you what I have? I think the first 50 Bozos that I hadn't heard from in a while, I can give you another 50 of them, so if you want.
Okay, that'd be good. I just don't know who normally checks in because we don't want to send one to them. It's kind of insulting to them if they check in. You know what I mean? Over.
No, I know who's checking in down here. Yeah, in my here, I think I was just having to, and first, the three Bozos on the Bozo here. I sent you 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's probably some dozens. So I'll send you on the next 50 Bozos. That was a couple of 100.
Oh, you're starting to fade out on me. Yeah, I just don't know who normally checks in. I can look for emails and stuff too. So if you look on the well, so you don't have our list, do you? Trying to think how to make it easy for you. Well, if you give me a whole bunch, I can keep going down them and find the ones that have emails for them. Over. Okay, I heard a little bit, and you said you could give me a call tomorrow or something. That'd be fine. We'll let you go there, Pat. W6PMD, KM6SR. Thanks for checking me in, 432.
Pat, if I was to guess, I would say you're vertically polarized. You may have forgotten to switch back over to horizontal. You just have not come up. You're very steady, but you're just about Q2, readability 2 to 3. That's it. But you are very steady, but no peaks. Over.
No, I'm on that place, and back up good here.
I couldn't copy. It seems to be all chopped up with QSB. It's just all chopped up. I just can't get enough out of it.
He said he was going to show us, and he said, there's the beam, 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 and I didn't hear the vertical.
I didn't. Do it one more time. Do the vertical first. Do the vertical now, Pat. Over.
He replaced it one of these days. We get more power.
He came up there a minute. You want to try the vertical first, Pat?
Okay, hang on. That's the beam antenna right there, Phil. That's the beam.
Way better on the beam.
Yep, that's the beam right there. Yeah, now you're back up to S7 plus.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe you had a bad connection. Now you're fine. And I listened for 2 or 3 minutes while we've been talking here, and you just were just unreadable with a chopped up flutter and all that kind of weird stuff. And then you finally switched to the beam the second time, and you just like throwing the switch here. Over.
Yeah, copy that. Well, you were S7, S8, and then you just dropped as you were talking, went back down to about an S3 or 4 down here. That's what the previous on too. So it's got to be conditioned.
Yeah, it must be. I must be above the layer or something, because Rob's copying you better than I am, which is very unusual. Over.
Yeah, you're back up to S8. Who else is in there? Come again. That's great. KK6WLT down there. Did you guys copy him?
Yeah, he's very, very light from San Diego. I can hear him in there, but he's not readable. Over.
Okay, he's hearing you there, Greg, but he says you're not readable. that's exactly what it is. So I remember in years past, Mike, you would predict when the peak would hit. We'd be talking here at 8:30, 9 o'clock. He'd say, well, the 8:30 bounce is coming in. Hang on a second. And sure enough, within a minute, the signals would triple.
Yeah, that was a weird one, wasn't it? May still have that, but we're not paying attention to it anymore. The net's covering up that time frame when we're not looking with the antennas in the right direction. All right, Pat, good evening to you, and tell WLD I can hear him every transmission. I just can't pull him out of the noise. But I'm running 1,500 watts, and he isn't. Over.
Yeah, that can make a big difference. Yeah, he's working out of his backyard, but he's got a pretty good signal. I already told him that quite being heard clearly up there. Well, it's 73, fellas. Thanks for checking in. And boosting our numbers up a little bit. K6MYC, this is PMP in the group. I'll say 73, fellas.
Okay, you should listen to your signal. You should listen to your signal on the stream, just to get an idea of what I'm having to deal with here. It's just all chopped up tonight. Even when you're up pretty good, it's still rough because every other half a word is some other amplitude. Over.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I'll look at the YouTube video, see if it's running right now.
Yeah, it's running. The streaming is on. Over.
Okay, I'm going to the site right now. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I got to go back to the vertical and get some local guys and then go for Lone Pine.
Yeah, okay. Go get Lone Pine. We're missing a lot of people here. Let me pick up some of the guys that checked in while you were talking there. Good evening, Daryl. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. We've got you. And how are you doing up there? It's not too cold tonight, is it?
No, it's not bad at all. And I went up on the roof today and worked on my HF antenna, and I think it's better now. And I had to drill a hole in it so the water couldn't collect in it.
An HF antenna, you have an antenna that holds water, do you?
Not anymore. I drilled a hole. I drilled a weep hole. I happened to talk to a guy that had the same antenna, and he told me about the problem that he knew how to fix the problem I've been having.
Well, what antenna are you talking about?
It's just an old 11-meter 5/8 ground plane, aluminum ground plane. It's a super penetrator, and I just use it for 10 meters.
Oh, okay, well, the water penetrated right in there just like it was supposed to. Super penetration of water.
Yeah, really. Well, hopefully this hole I drilled will stop that from happening. So.
Yeah, very good. All right. Anyway, good to hear you. Good, strong signal. I haven't heard Dave in here. Dave's, I don't know if he's doing too well. He's been intermittent in here and real short, so I think he's not feeling all that well.
226 is here.
Good evening, Ken. Let me shoot it over to Terry first, and then you can pick it up. KK6NKE 704. Go ahead, Terry. Boy, Terry doesn't wait around. He doesn't even know I checked him in. I heard him, but I didn't even give his call. I had a lot of people all at once there, and I was just writing calls down, and then Pat popped in, and I was trying to get him. But Terry didn't stick around there. Anyway, good evening, Ken. Hopefully you're in good shape there. I guess Bill and his wife caught COVID when they went over to the coast, so they're not doing very well.
You guys doubled.
I don't hear Ken. Go ahead, Ken. I said Bill, AA6S, and his wife caught COVID when they were over at the coast, so I guess they're not doing too well. She got it worse than he did.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, I am here. I guess Bill won't be here tonight then. WA60IV.
858, you're way early. Eddie, we don't know what to do with you. I don't even know whether to check you in or what here. You got me all confused now. KE6, oh, for God's sake, see, I can't even remember your call. KE6, oh, for heaven's sakes, what's the matter here? Go ahead, Rob.
KE6BK.
Yeah. 5858. We got you, Eddie. Go ahead, Rob.
How you doing, Eddie? Got you loud and clear. KE6BK, KM6SRR.
Yeah, KM6SRR, KE6BK. Yeah, we thought we would try to check in.
Great. Glad you did there. If you want to tune into the stream, you can hear how things sound. Over. It's a pretty good shot, so you don't need a bunch. Just a good clean signal, a good antenna, and away you go.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's a good antenna. It seems to be working pretty good for me. But I'll let you guys go and everything like this. I've got a few things to get into here. Have a good evening, good net, and we'll try to catch you guys another one. KE6BK.
KE6BK, K6MYC. Tell me again, I missed a little bit of that because I was sweeping back and forth to see if I could get a better signal on you. And I went over to a direction that somebody told me that I should point at for Porterville, and you disappeared. So clearly Porterville is not where he thinks it is from my QTH. Anyway, what's the deal on your antenna? Do you put up a new one?
No, I'm actually running the same antenna that I've been running, and everything like this. I've got my icon back here in the house, and that's the one I'm using right now.
Well, what antenna do you have up there?
It's a 5-element homemade that a friend of mine made a long time ago and gave to me.
Okay. Did he copy a handbook design or something?
I'm not sure exactly how he made it. He's been in radio forever, and everything worked for the Park Service as a repair person and everything like this. He used old TV antenna parts for making.
Okay, I don't know about you, Rob, but he's just fading right down into the noise. He comes up real strong and then just fades right out. Are you getting that, Bob?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of fade, but he's still copyable on the low spots. Over.
Hello, Eddie. WA60IB, copying you fine here in Clovis.
Hey, Rogers. Appreciate that. Yep, YB.
Ken.
Yeah.
It's Ken.
Yeah, I can't talk too long on this radio, so we'll talk to you guys later. KE6BK. Have a good one.
What does it do? Heat up and quit?
Yeah, sometimes it's my power supply.
What radio is it, Eddie?
Hey, I've got an Icom 7000, but the heat this last year kind of took out my power supply.
Oh, it's probably got some bad electrolytics in there, probably dried out.
I'm not sure what's wrong with them. I've got two of them, and actually I'm on one of them right now.
Well, you'd have to be on one of them. You're making it here. Okay. Well, good to talk to you. It's been a while, Eddie. WA60IB, Ken here in Clovis.
All right, Ken, take care. Yeah, this one doesn't like to work very much, this power supply. So catch you later. Bye-bye. KE6BK.
73 Eddie, KM6SR. Back to Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, K6USY. We have a request from the chat. November Romeo 7 Tango, Bozo number 43. He's in Cedar City, Utah, which is due east of you. And I wanted to bring that up, that he's got 600 watts pointed in your direction. And I wanted to bring it up before you swing the beam around the other direction, because I know we don't normally go east, and it's probably a long shot. But I just wanted to communicate that to you, that November Romeo 7 Tango is in the chat, and he's pointing west and trying to work you.
Okay, is he hearing anything from me?
Not at the moment, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll go over that way right now. I don't know exactly where that would be. Does he have a grid square?
Let me pull that up real quick. It's Cedar City, Utah, which is southern Utah, and it's pretty much due east of you.
Okay, I'll go due east and give NR7T a call. Here we go.
DM37 LP.
Yeah, he just confirmed on the chat DM37.
Okay.
It'd be cool if we could work them.
Yeah, well, that'll be interesting. This is 1500 watts calling toward KR7 Tango, Kilo Romeo 7 Tango. I think I have that right. Is that right? Is that the call sign, Aaron?
It's November.
NR7T. Okay, November Radio 7 Tango. November Radio 7 Tango, NR7T in Utah from California. Delta Mike 07. We're in the same grid square line, so we should be just about due west of you. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, 1500 watts and 19 elements at 107 feet. NR7 Tango, K6MYC, over. Now, he should have heard that on the chat, so if he's watching the chat, he should have heard me.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. I'm asking him if he's got any copy. Yeah, he said he's at about 6,000 feet.
NR7 Tango. November Romeo 7 Tango. We may have a lot of QSB on that path, but that should be... I've worked into Utah before. I used to work Jim Wilson here. Jim Wilson could always hear me from wherever Jim Wilson was in Utah there. NR7 Tango, NR7T, K6MYC, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Delta Mike 07, over.
77 degrees from your mic.
77. That doesn't sound right, but I can go. I'm be way off from where I should be here. Okay, there's 70, 77, 78 degrees. NR7T, NR7 Tango. November Romeo 7 Tango. November Romeo 7 Tango. From Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, Denmark, Mexico 07 Delta Bravo, Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, NR7T, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, calling and standing by, over.
I double with you, Mike. QRZ has his heading about 82 degrees east from me.
Okay, we'll try one more time, and 82 degrees, NR7T, November Romeo 7 Tango. November Romeo 7 Tango, NR7T from Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC in the Central California Bozo Net. NR7 Tango, NR7T, K6MYC, Central California, Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, calling and standing by, over. Aaron, why don't you see if he can go to CW, see if I can detect his CW.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask him that. He said he might have heard a little bit of audio, but definitely not enough. Let me see if he can go to CW. And he should have heard you on the stream if he's got the volume up, but I don't know. We'll see if he's looking at the chat. Give me a second. K6USY.
Aaron, ask him how much power he's got, over.
600 watts, but we don't know what his antenna is.
I do. He's got 12 element Yagi at 55 feet running 600 watts.
Okay, it's probably a 2M12. That's respectable. And he's at 6,000 or 7,000 feet above sea level. He should have a good shot across the Sierras here.
Yeah, he said he's got nothing to the west of him.
Well, I've got nothing to the east of me until I hit the Sierras. Obviously, we have to knife edge over the Sierras, but we do that all the time in Nevada, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, why don't I try from a different angle here?
Yeah, go for it.
NR7T, November Radio 7 Tango, NR7T, November 7 Radio, November Radio 7 Tango, from Whiskey Alpha 6 Oscar India Bravo, Whiskey Alpha 6 Oscar India Bravo with K6MYC for the Bozo Net. Over. November Romeo 7 Tango, November Romeo 7 Tango from Whiskey Alpha 6 Oscar, India Bravo, WA60IB for the Bozo Net. Over. You got nothing here.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing anything else from him in the chat, but, well, we tried. K6USY.
He's one of the guys I sent the letter out to, so I guess we got a response, over.
He must have got in at one time or another because he's got a Bozo number.
Yeah, I sent him off the letter, and that probably prompted him to try again there, over.
I'm sure it did. What was his Bozo number?
43.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
Yeah, about 4 days earlier than me. We're still calling for you, NR7T, November Romeo 7 Tango, still looking in your direction. Sometimes we have to wait for an upfade. So we're just chatting with the beams in your direction. If you could go to CW, we can at least detect a signal easier that way. We might not detect sideband, but we can detect CW a little bit lower in amplitude, so we might hear a little bit of CW. I can't do that easily here. But I don't think it'll help. I don't know if he's responding to Aaron or not. Is he chatting back to you, Aaron?
No, he never responded to my request to go to CW, so I think we can probably give up on it.
Okay. Well, let's see. Is there anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley before we go to Atascadero? K6MYC.
K6UDE.
Hey, off the mountains. We're pointing due east right at the moment. Jim, good evening. We're also looking for KC5DTU. He should be in here. Anyway, Jim, take a transmission. We've got a station in Utah that was trying to get in here, and we're trying to give him a shout, but so far no luck. K6 Uniform Delta Echo, K6MYC Bozo 47, and Delta Mike 07.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and the gang. Ken too. You can hear Ken. Yeah, I've been listening to you trying to make contact with a guy in Utah. So far, no, not too good. Anyway, don't have a lot to offer here. We got a whole 700th of an inch of rain already today. It didn't start until about 6 o'clock. We got a little rain, and that was very little. So, anyway, hoping for the big one to come. And, well, we got 2 more coming in after it, so we're going to hopefully get some water here. K6MYC, K6UDE.
Yeah, do you have your total since May or since the last year?
The
total, my thing doesn't change except at the first of the year. So we got 7.5 inches since the first of the year.
Oh, first of this year. So in a month and a half, you've had a 7.5 inches?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're way ahead of me. I got 7.5 inches total from last May.
Yeah, no, mine. I can't. Mine's fixed. I can't make it change when in May. So I just kind of have to look at it from the first of the year. So yeah, we've had some pretty good storms here, right here in this town.
Is that why they call it Waterford?
Sometimes I think so, but at other times I think it's lack of Waterford.
We had a nice chat with Ken the other day at W7HK came in here for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ken in quite a while. I ran into him at the hardware store once, and I didn't even recognize him. We were standing in line next to each other, and he turns to me and said, "Are you Jim Udy?" And I said, "Yeah." And he told me who he was. I said, "Holy cow." But I hadn't seen him in quite a while.
Yep. He was going to go over to the Grady thing. Did you go over for that?
No, I never got informed that it happened, and I just until way late, that's past tense. So I didn't make it. I wanted to go, but I didn't get told.
Ken, you may know. What are they going to do with all the stuff that didn't sell? BA60YB.
He's probably at his 10-meter meeting.
Oh yeah, that's his 10-meter night, isn't it?
Yeah, Mike, John's going to try CW, and I'm going over to 10 meters, K6USY.
And everybody else you need to talk to. Good talking to you, Mike. K6MYC, K6UDE, 485.
Yeah, gotcha, 485. We got you. I did remember that. The station in Utah is going to CW right now, so we're going to listen here for a couple of more minutes for his CW. He didn't indicate, though, that he'd hearing anything from us. I'm running 1500 in the 19 element at 107 feet with an absolutely clear shot for 60 to 100 miles before we get to the Sierra knife edge. So I don't think we can have much better conditions than we have unless it was over water or something.
WB6 JMP.
Yeah, you're not hearing the Utah station, are you, Dane?
No, I'm aimed towards you. Let me swing around.
I'm kidding you.
Oh, but stranger things have happened.
What about that magic bowl you're in, huh?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I would be.
Anyway, good evening, Mike. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Let me call them again. NR7T, November Radio 7 Tango, November Radio 7 Tango, NR7T from California, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC. You should be beaming at about 98 degrees. You should be beaming at about 98 degrees. 98 degrees, 98 degrees for us here in the Fresno area. 98 degrees, 98 to 100 degrees. I'm sorry, not 98. What the hell's the matter with me? 160, 168, 168, 168. Should be beaming at 168 for us here. Maybe it should be 172. That may be right. 172. I'm at 82. 172, I think, would be closer.
268 would be exactly opposite.
What did I say?
You said 170.
Oh, well, I'm thinking backwards. I meant 270. 268. Well, not 268 wouldn't be opposite. 268. I'm at 82 degrees. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm looking at 82 degrees and going to exactly 180 degrees, which comes up to be 268.
Well, not really. 270, it should be 82 and 100 and 180. It's got to be 262.
Yeah, 262.
That's better. Anyway, he's with his 12 element, he's going to hear us if he's within 10, 15 degrees anyway. One last call, NR7T, NR7T, NR7T. We're listening for your CW. We're listening for your CW, John. Your CW, John. NR7T, K6MYC, and the Bozo Group. Listening and standing by. Over, over. I heard a meteor. He's in there on CW, but I just heard a meteor ping. Another one. You hearing the pings, Rob?
I don't know about pings. I'm hearing some voices every once in a while come up. Over.
No, it's not voices. It's pings. It was been 2 meteor pings so far. We're hearing your meteors. We're hearing your meteor pings, John. NR7T. I'm not sure if you're copying me, but we're hearing your meteor pings. We are hearing your meteor pings. I'm giving you that information so you can hear it on the chat room. I mean, on the streaming there. You should be able to read what I'm saying if you're listening to the stream. 73, John, so far no good, but maybe on a different weather. Wait till the weather gets warmer. I think when the weather gets warmer, we got a better chance of getting over the hill here. NR7T, yeah, you keep checking in, and that'll remind us to look for you. You keep checking in, and that'll remind us when we're in here on 2 meters to look for you, John. NR7T, 73, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, and the group standing by. I guess better come around and go to Tascadero here.
KC5, DTU.
Hello, Kerry.
Hello, Michael. Was in there earlier, and you were trying to do that DX, so I just waited, but I'm here.
What are you hearing about this real emergency or this horrible thing that's going to happen? Or they making a big? We can't tell you what it is, but be prepared. It's horrible, but really don't worry about it because it's not too bad. But it's horrible, horrible. What are you hearing about that? Over.
This is another phone call. I'd rather not say on there.
Okay. It's a bunch of crap as far as I can see. All it is the Democrats' last resort trying to get us to vote for that $90 billion.
That's affirmative, but let's just for the sake of until continued conversation, let's say it had something to do with Iraq.
Okay. That wasn't in the verbiage at all I heard, but that would be. It was more nuclear and supersonic missiles and blah 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 stuff that I was hearing, but that might have been subjective.
Well, the word I got, I hate to say this, but the WMDs that Saddam supposedly didn't have is kind of, and I'll let your imagination go from there.
The WMDs?
That's affirmative.
Yeah. I wonder how they would have developed that in the last couple of years unless somebody helped them.
You missed the first part of that, Michael. The ones that Saddam Hussein supposedly didn't have.
Oh, yeah, no, he didn't have weapons of mass destruction. But I got that part. What did I miss?
Well, they're trying to say he did have them, and they were moved, and the things that supposed to be happening might be around and related to the weapons of mass destruction that he didn't have. Do you get it now?
Yeah, but where have they been moved to? They're still in Iraq, but he hit them, right?
If you're going to have a catastrophic event and some of those things that he didn't have were to make its way here into this country, it could cause quite a headache.
Yeah, I would highly doubt that they got over here, but I could understand where they might still be over there. It'd be a factor, but I don't know. Who in Iraq is that crazy to light one off?
They're not, but if something were to fall into the wrong hands or the hands of someone wanting to create havoc, and that person were to get that inside of this country, imagine the chaos it could create. Do you follow me now?
Yeah, I follow that. I got that. It's pretty far-fetched, but anyway, it's possible, I guess. I don't think he had the WMDs in a condition where they were very far along in their consolidation and packaging, but they were there. He had them, I suppose, but and there was quite a bit of. I remember in the early days, it was quite a bit of thing that they some people said that he had hidden them, and we weren't finding them, or we weren't disclosing that we had found them.
That's affirmative, and the word is that's kind of what was planned, and supposedly it was headed off. So the only time will tell. But you ask, and that's what I heard.
Okay, now it's just a matter of determining what entity was behind it, getting it over here, and would be trying to do that.
Well, yeah, that's not hard to figure out. It's the same entity that's bringing the people across the southern border.
Well, you mean cartels?
No, cartels are not involved. It's a little bit deeper, Michael.
Oh, you mean the 23 to 30,000 that have come across from China?
Well, it's not only China. We've got a little bit of everything coming in here across the border, and I'm sure you've heard that the red flag is being raised on military age males.
Oh, absolutely. But the point is, who's behind it?
Well, Michael, I'll talk to you on the phone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can guess, but I don't think my guesses are not probably what your answer is going to be. Anyway, all right, good enough. I think we tickled enough thoughts on that one. Let's see, Ron, I wonder if you're there this evening. W6QUI, K6MYC. W6QUI, K6MYC. Are you there, Ron? Okay, KN6EIV still, I think he's back from New Zealand, but I may not be ready to get on here. KN6EIV, are you there tonight, Eric? Over. Boy, I'm not hearing a trace from a Tascadero. We're getting pretty late here, though. Okay, let me go up to the Bay Area.
KN6SR. Did we get Rick down in Lake Isabella?
No, we didn't get Rick. Rick did not show up, but Ben did. You talked to him, I think.
I heard you, but I hadn't got up here to the station yet.
Okay, yeah, Ben was in here briefly. Okay, let me go up to Monterey. Okay, Monterey. Monterey and Santa Cruz. I'm sort of splitting between you. Monterey, WA6LIE. Are you in there tonight, Scott? Over.
Hey, good evening, Mike. How copy? WA6LIE.
Yeah, good copy. Go ahead, and maybe I can tweak on you, but you've got plenty of signal here at the moment. Over.
And by the way, we've only had 9 inches of rain so far this year, so just to let you know. And it sounds like I will be upping my signal to you very shortly. I received 2 8-element quads in the mail the other day, and I will be putting it up to the site, so I ought to have a little bit more oomph to the signal there, Mike. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, stacked quads, that should help. What are you running right now for an antenna?
Just a little 3-element. So, there ought to be a lot of gains. They're not going to be stacked in one direction. They're going to be staggered.
Oh, you mean you're going to be splitting 2 different directions with them? Okay, very good. Boy, signals are going up and down. One transmission you're really loud, the next transmission you're on the noise floor, but I'm still getting 100%. You seeing the same QSB on me?
You're pretty solid. I make more difference than you do because my signal's not as strong, Mike. Over.
Yeah, well, that's true. I've got 1,500 going in your direction here. Okay. Anyway, good to hear you. I think, I don't know if this high SFI has done anything to 6 meters yet for you. Have you heard anything?
No, I listen every day on 6 with FTA, and it's been pretty dead, just all local stuff, Mike. Over.
Okay, have you caught the Charlie Bravo station on Juan Fernandez?
No, negative, I have not.
Do you need that one?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I guess he's in there. He's working all over the place, but not very much into the States.
Well, I guess that sucks for us, huh?
Well, luckily for me, I got him a long time ago. K5AND, Dick Hansen was down there with a group, and I worked him on, I was talking to Dick on 10 meters, the coordination frequency. 28,885, and he said, my God, you're loud here. Should we try 6? And I said, sure, let's try 6. We went right over, and bam, he was there. Over.
Oh, don't you love it when it works out like that? Just good propagation and good timing. So, hey, kudos to you there, Mike.
Yeah, very good, Scott. Good to hear you. And we'll look for you Sunday night, of course. 73.
Very good, Mike. 73. Have a good evening.
73s, good evening to you, and I'm standing by for Tom, KW6S. KW6S has been quiet the last couple of nights. I don't think he's been gone. Where are you, Tom?
WB6JNN.
I hear WB6JNN like a ton of bricks. Good evening, Jim. Missed you last night.
Yeah, I was just listening to your thing on the net here. Better mute that. Anyway, yeah, you're doing S9 Plus here, no problem. Yeah, 10 was wide open today for a long time, and I didn't check 6, but I heard all kinds of people on 10, but I don't have enough power to get through to some of them. WB6JNN.
Yeah, what frequency you're hearing the DX piles?
Well, I wasn't hearing the DX stations either. I heard the piles. Well, I may have heard the DX station, but sometimes it's hard to tell which is which, as you know.
Yeah, where were you hearing from? Europe and Middle East?
I really didn't get them identified. I did work a couple of them out of the States here, though.
I don't understand. You worked a couple of stateside signals? That's not unusual.
No, I said outside of the states, down in not Arkansas, Argentina and Chile. They were coming in S9, but they weren't hearing me apparently.
Yeah, I can hear those guys when we have an SFI of 70.
Yeah, well, they're just the right distance. One of them was clear down in Patagonia, actually.
Below Santiago, huh?
Yeah, he said 1,000 kilometers below.
Yeah, that's quite a way south, but that's not surprising. That's a path. That path is open a lot. That north-south path is really quite good. I called CQ Africa in the evening here on 40 meters, and the damn Chile guys come back, and they're off. I'm beaming at 90, and they're at 150. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, I can believe a lot of things, especially at 2 meters and upper frequencies here in a hilly state like California. I get all kinds of weird stuff.
Now, this is on 40.
Even on 40 meters, there's sometimes stuff that doesn't make sense. Now, I don't have a beam, so but I'm just saying that you never know, because sometimes you have a path that is, maybe a cloud-to-cloud kind of stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, that's for sure. But generally speaking, when I point at them, if I decided to pick them up, because sometimes they're very insistent, and they're loud enough to hear. If I can hear them where I can read them off the side of the antenna, I spin down that way, and then they're 10, 15 over 9. So I seemingly always have good propagation to those guys in South America. And the problem with going down there is I can't get away. I get working one of them, and I throw a few little Spanish words in there, or adios, mi amigo, hasta luego, or something. Next thing I know, I got 20 guys coming back to me.
Yeah, I looked up the guy down in Argentina, and he had 2 antennas that he was testing, and there was like 2 S units difference. One was a 5-element beam, and the other was a 6-element beam, but it was about twice as long, I think. But anyway, but I also noted one was on a really tall tower, and the other one was on maybe a 60-footer, so that does make a difference on launch angles.
Yeah, it certainly does, depending on what you've got on your end and angles of radiation. Yeah, when you have 2 big differences in height, you can get all kinds of different things. It's not a good not a good way to compare apples and oranges. If you're doing it, they should be similar feed lines, similar heights, and similar terrains out in front of each antenna to get a fair test on which one's better or by how much. Okay. Anyway, Jim, you're booming in here tonight. Great propagation to the Bay Area for some reason. We'll take it. And let me let you go, and I'll take a standby and see if we can get Tom in here. Tom was missing last night, I think, and Monday night he didn't show up on 6. He was on 220, and then he didn't show up anymore, so hopefully nothing's broken there. AW6S, K6MYC. No Tom, okay. How about Bay Area, anybody else? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
KB6. Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November, India.
That's a nice signal tonight, Gary.
Well, thanks, Mikey. You were told by JNN you're coming in really loud. In fact, we could start actually talking with you when you're down at the Santa Cruz Monterey area. You're just blasting in it from that point. Anyway, well, it's pouring here, and I have guests, but I just wanted to check in and say hi and just say you're doing remarkable tonight. And I'm happy to see the rain has very little effect on anything. K6MYC to AB6, yes. W6MYC to AB679.
Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, but that's okay. Give me your Bozo number, Gary.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Yes, kilowatt. It is 1090.
Good enough. 1090. Gotcha. Good, strong signal. I think we just have good propagation tonight.
Do the antenna correctly, doesn't it, Mike? It really. I've been telling that to everybody. It pays to do it right the first time. So anyway, I'll let you move on. But 73 and have a very nice evening, even though it might be a little wet.
Well, no, we don't have any rain here at all yet.
I wonder which way it's moving. Well, it's been raining here for about 3 hours. So, yeah, I don't know which way. I have no idea which way it's going, so I won't even guess. Anyway, 73 Mike, K6 NYC-679.
Well, it's going this way, Gary, but we're where we are here, sometimes as much as 24 hours behind you. Very seldom as 3 hours, very seldom at even as little as 12 hours. So it's always closer to 24 hours behind what you get over there, over.
So interesting, yeah. It depends on the speed of the wind. Boy, if we had this last weekend, it might have been there a little faster, because I think it was going like 60 to 70 miles an hour down here on the ground, and you know what it is up in the air. Unbelievable speeds, but yeah. I'm glad today is nothing like it. My daughter and I were picking things up that were being flown across the yard. I'm not kidding. Blown across here. We had to pick them up, pull them away, and today it's just like nothing. So calm. Always good to have that every so often. K6 NYC Davy 679.
Yeah, no, we didn't get any wind here today. It was less windy today than it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, but we had a little breeze, light breeze, 5 miles an hour stuff yesterday. But today I was out working and had to take my shirt off. I was just down to a T-shirt because I was sweating with the light jacket or light long sleeve shirt I had on. I was just getting too hot. And if there's wind, it doesn't... I cool off because it blows through and evaporates. But I didn't have any of that today, so I was sweating, but it was not blowing. And I finally put the jacket on only because we lost the sun. It finally went in away behind the clouds, and then it got cool. But it wasn't windy cool, it was just cool. All right, let's see who else we have in the Bay Area. K6, oh, I think I heard KB6BA. Did I hear you, Oliver? I heard somebody else in there earlier. Who was that?
KB6WFC.
Oh, okay, it was you, Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Good evening. And how about your wind and rain?
We've got an 1/8 inch of rain, but not much wind. So I like no wind.
Yeah, I'm always amazed that you guys got 8 and 7, 8, 9 inches of rain since the first of the year. I haven't even got 7.5 inches since May. Since the first of the year, I probably had, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say possibly 2 inches.
I hope you get more rain on the weekend storm.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. We're really hurting here. I don't have any water in my pond of any note, and it's no water running into the pond either, so there's nothing running off either. Normally last year I had a full flowing stream for months and months going into the pond, and we had maybe 20 to 50 gallons a minute going out the exhaust, the overflow pipe. Tonight right now we don't even have a foot of water in the pond over, and it's 12 feet deep.
Tulare Lake.
I'm sorry, say it again?
How far are you from Tulare Lake?
I don't know. It's a long ways. Why?
They're full, so you just run a pipe over there, Mike.
Yeah, well, there's been water all around us. I'm closer to Millerton Lake, but I'm above it, so it's hard to run the water uphill to me.
I think your water probably comes out of the Sierras, doesn't it, when it melts up there?
Oh, when the snow melts, yeah, but I don't get anything above ground. That's where my well water comes from, but nothing above ground.
Yeah, I imagine everything's still pretty dry over there. We've done okay here in the Bay Area. I've got about 19 inches so far, which is normal for the year. If it didn't rain another drop the rest of the year, I've got average rainfall. So I'm pretty sure you'll get it, probably in the next, March and April time frame.
Well, hopefully this weekend we're supposed to be right in the middle of the atmospheric river, but the big one's coming this weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to do very much over here. It must be headed in your area, not here. I didn't see anything in the forecast for us. except a little bit on Saturday, but it's not an atmospheric river, not for us anyway.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to get the big rain on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something in there. So there you go. Anyway, good evening, Jim. W6PQL 1296. Anything else from you?
No, just listening in and keeping up on things. I heard a whole different story about this so-called emergency. Some congressman flipped his lid, I guess, and decided to, I don't know, they're making some sort of a political play. But what I heard was it was about the Russians and a nuclear weapon in space that could take out satellites. It's all, I don't know. We don't know enough, and probably we should ignore it.
Yeah, it was, that was a guy named Ryder, I think. He's the head of the, one of the committees on Defense Committee or something, and he was a little out of line. Mike Johnson, who's head of the Congress, came on after that and said, no, it's not, relax people, it's not as bad as it sounds. Kerry's got some good take on it, and I'm going to talk to Kerry later on this evening. It appears to be, according to what he's getting on his stream of information, it's something related to the WMDs that never existed in Iraq. Over.
I wouldn't believe that either.
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, well, we don't know what we don't know. All right, Mike, see you later, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, unfortunately, about 90% of what we don't know is what they don't want to tell us. We're 10% in the light of news, and 5% of that is totally fake.
N1PPP.
Hey, N1PPP, way out of line, but I got you. Must have a good propagation. Who else you got, Dave?
I've got Dennis, too, WB6ISO, and Kent, KA6OSX.
Roger. I'll check you three guys in, and I'll be up that way shortly. I'm running late tonight because we had a station in Utah that we ran tests with. They thought that they could hear us over there. Over.
Oh, yeah, I was listening to that. It sounds really cool. Very good. All right, well, have a good night, and we'll catch you maybe tomorrow night on 440.
Yeah, hopefully we can get you on 432. I'll make a point of heading your way, or maybe you can get Dennis to help you out, or Paul sometimes hears you also. Tonight you got a good steady signal. I'm beamed right into the low end of the Bay Area, so you're going into the Bay Area and then coming back east over the Coast Range. Over. Not anymore though. 7-3, Dave. I don't know what that propagation is. It just drops off like somebody throws a switch. Anybody else in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net.
K6MYC, KD6S, okay.
KD6S, okay. What a surprise on a 2-meter night. I can't believe it, Fred.
I got to make those appearances sometime. Hey, so you know what you were talking about, reminding me of that movie with Clint Eastwood and Tommy Lee Jones years ago. Came out. It was called Space Cowboys, where the Russians had the satellite up in space, and it was loaded with nukes and would drop down. You know, they push a button and the thing would just come landing down on a big city. Yeah, it was called Space Cowboys. It's a good flick.
Geez, I don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, that's a great movie, actually. Clint Eastwood and Tommy Lee Jones. It was a lot of fun, and also it had James Garner in it.
James Garner. Yeah, boy, he's been gone a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was a fabulous actor. So he was in the movie. Clint Eastwood is in it, and Tommy Lee Jones. And I'm trying to remember who else. If you have never seen it before, it's a fun movie. But and it came out with that, this whole scenario where they put nukes in space and they would drop them, and gravity would pull one in and hit a city.
Yeah. That's all part of what we have come to believe is Russia bad, but I don't think it's as bad as it sounds. From what I can gather, Just my impression from any number of things, but it was enhanced with the interview that Tucker Carlson did with Putin just in the last couple of weeks. I don't think Putin is really interested in having a world war, and I don't think he's on the verge of invasion or doing anything offensively either. So that's just my opinion. That's what I'm gathering. I'm trying to get a read on the guy. He's cagey, he's dirty, he's been a bad boy at times, but he's not interested in having a world war. He says it's not economically or military or politically a good idea. Over.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you're right about that. Yeah, and he is former KGB. That you have to remember that. So I don't know. I don't think he wants that either. So it would be a huge mess, that's for sure. Anyway, good signal tonight. It's raining over here right now. We're getting lots of rain again. So, but I just thought I'd check in. I hadn't been on this band in a long time, so I wanted to say hello.
Well, I'm glad you did, Fred, and you got a good signal over here, so it's good that you got the antennas pointed right again and checked in. It's a pleasure to hear you. KD6SOK, yeah, you were a little bit flaky the other night on 1296. It would be up, and then it would just go down to a point where I was just struggling to get every word, because you were talking, we were talking about other than just, hi, you're 5 and 9. That's, yeah, I can listen to that, and I can get Q5 copy, but when you start getting into esoteric discussions of your work and your boss and how many hours a night you're working and whatever, it was harder to copy over.
Yeah, the band was up and down last night pretty badly. Like sometimes you disappear completely and then you come right back. It's just conditions. It was a very strange night last night, actually.
Yeah, well, it's doing the same thing tonight here for me in certain directions, but the Bay Area is different tonight in a good way. It's the best I've heard all of the Bay Area signals for a long time. Anyway, Fred, very good evening to you. We'll see you if you want to really blow my mind. You come back in on Sunday night. Over.
Okay. All right, Mike. We'll see what I can do. Hey, 7-3, KD6S. Okay.
Oh, of course I'm going to see you tomorrow night on 432. I'm thinking too far ahead here.
Okay. See you then.
Yeah, see you on 432, Fred. Bye-bye. Okay, who else do we have? K6MYC, Bozo Net. In the Bay Area, KT2G, KB6BA, KBA6AXX, to mention just a few.
Hey, Mike, what were the other two guys that Dave checked in from Clear Lake?
160, KA6OSX, and WB6ISO Dennis.
Thank you.
Betcha. I guess we're going to go get Russ now. Russ, I'm coming your way.
KE6QR is also here.
What was that?
KE6QR is also standing by.
KE6QR. Okay, evening, Gary. Good signal tonight. The Bay Area is better than usual.
Oh, you're awesome, 5 and 9. Just a fantastic signal. Hey, I have a really quick question for you. On my LEO pack with the 435 on one side and the VHF on the other side, would it hurt anything if I put a 1296 antenna right between the two, or would that detune the other two antennas real badly?
Tell me what you have up there now and what you want to put in between. Say it again. Oh, I know, the LEO pack.
I have the LEO pack with the VHF antenna on one side, and I'll have the UHF antenna on the other side. I have a 1296 antenna that I bought from you. I can't remember the model of it. It's the 22 element. Would it detune the other two antennas if I mounted it on that same crossbar?
No, it'll be fine. It's far enough away. It's not going to be affected, and it isn't going to affect the others at all. Over.
Okay, that's perfect. So I'll get those all three up there and try to get a little bit more hype on it. So you may hear me on these other bands eventually.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of people do that. A lot of people put the 23CM22 in there. I'm running 8 of those at 100 feet. Over.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
That's why I can work LA like they're here.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you've got a great net in there tonight, so good signals, and thanks for letting me check in.
Yeah, thanks. And I'll listen for Russ, and then we'll move on. We're really running long, but we had a station in Utah that we wanted to try real hard to work. He had a good setup. He was at 6,000 feet with 600 watts and a 2M12, and we should have been able to hear him. I heard his meteor pings, but I heard no direct path signal from him. So all I got from him was two CW pings on him, but he was there.
Sounds good. Hey, I forgot to tell you, last week I was listening to you on 10 meters. You were working a station somewhere back east who had an attic antenna, and you were 5 and 9 here on 10 meters, and I know you had been pointing east. So I listened for a while. I didn't break in, but you were coming in here pretty good.
Yeah, well, that was probably backscatter. I have the 6 element, and you're right off the side of it, so you wouldn't have heard me on the direct path unless it was something weird going on. So it was backscatter.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Mike, well, thanks for letting me check in then. Have a good net.
Yeah, I was probably running about 1,300 watts on 10 meters. The antenna's at 70 feet with the 600-foot drop-off going east, so it works.
Yes, it does. It sounds pretty good over here.
Okay. Thanks, Gary. Good to hear you. Nice sounding signal tonight. Best I've heard you, if ever, in a long time, or if ever, not better than this. And, of course, the new audio is better, too. Over.
Oh, yes, it is. I love this 9700. It's an awesome radio.
Yeah, no, you've got it set up real nice, and really is pleasant to listen to as well. Very, very audible and very articulate and good sounding. Thanks, Gary. KE6QR, how about you, Ross? Russ may have given up on me. We're so late.
Yeah, no problem. I just had to switch in the wrong place. I had it on the 6-meter position. Yeah, good evening. And we had light rain here for the last 4 hours, but kind of off and on, just kind of a good rain. Anyway, it's been an interesting night. I've been listening to YouTube and heard all the activity, and very interesting night, actually. So back to you, and good evening to you, Gary. We only get to talk to you during the net night.
Good evening, Russ.
Go ahead.
Okay. Very good. I think the streaming helps you guys, and that way people don't get bored. And I think we had a pretty good group of different discussions in different areas tonight, so it's hopefully not too boring to run the net long like we're doing. I don't mind. I can stay out here as long as I want. I don't have any commitments most of the time to be anywhere at any time. And so I don't have a problem with it, and I don't mind staying out after the net. Like the other night, we were on here at 10:30 answering questions on for a friend on 6 meters. So, you know, I don't care, but I don't want to drag the net into a slot where we're talking about our wounds or our achy knees or whatever. At least we're talking radios and weather. Those are the 2 primary things that we're all interested in around here, is what the hell's going on with the weather and what kind of antennas the other guys got up and what you can put up next. So all those discussions, and then of course trying to work somebody in Utah was quite an interesting challenge too. I don't know how close you were listening, but I did hear 2 little meteor pings on him when he went to CW. Over.
Oh yeah, Roger. And of course I turned my antenna up there. I couldn't hear him at all either. My antenna isn't that great anyway. But it's been a very interesting night, and it's a lot more interesting than just a whole lot of numbers and quick contacts to get to the net. It was very interesting, all the conversations. So we'll just see you there next night there on 432.
Yeah, good. We'll see you tomorrow, and I hope that the streaming is really helping. It's helping everybody, particularly the guys that don't have big stations, but they can yet keep a track of who I'm talking to and keep a line on the stream of conversation and the line, you know, the subject matter, if you will. So I think it benefits everybody. I hope it does more for education and interest, and if nothing else. And then, of course, this guy in Utah came in on the chat room, which I don't see, but Aaron sees it, and he alerted us to the fact that he was over there. You can, there is a chat room capability on that YouTube channel, so you can get on and make comments. apparently, I don't know, I've never done it, and I can't see it anyway, but some people are doing that, and that's how we found out about the guy in Utah. He was Bozo 43, so he's been around a long time, but I suspect he did not get the Bozo number when he was in Utah. I suspect he got his number when he was in California and then moved to Utah to get out of this godforsaken state. Over.
Well, 73, K6, yeah, clear them up. Going back up to 220.
Okay, 73 for now, Russ. K6MYC up to N6RO.
Yes, sir. K6MYC N6RO, 835, and had about 1/10 of an inch of rain at 3 o'clock. And don't forget, there was a good discussion the other night on 6 about taping up connectors. That was really good. And Gary, if you're still listening, you sound really good on the 9700. And I wonder if you saw the NCCC Zoom last night with K6EZ and her rover mobile. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey, Ken, N6RO, K6QR. I missed that. I was going to watch it, but we were out. It was Jennifer's birthday, and we were out of town. So, but yes, and thank you for the compliments on the radio there. I really enjoy the sound, and I'm working on getting the 1296 going. Yeah,
good. Yeah, actually, they just posted the link to the recording, so you can look at it on your leisure from the NCCC site.
Okay, I will do that. Thanks. I'll make a note of that. Thank you.
Yeah, Roger. And Mike, we're trying to fix some broken antennas here in time for the contest this weekend, but we need more operators also. Anyway, K6MYC N6RO.
Well, you got to keep those old bastards out of the hospital and keep them out of the grave, too, huh?
Well, that's the issue. We lost one 2 weeks ago, and the other one is not looking good in the hospital. He's been plagued by all sorts of things the last 10 or 20 years, but he's a fighter, and but we will miss him this weekend. I don't think he's able to operate even if he gets out of the hospital. Anyway, enough of that. N6RO.
Yeah, well, don't work him too hard if he gets out. Keep him around for another couple of weeks. I shouldn't be laughing. That's not a funny laughing matter. But anyway, good luck with this weekend and good luck with getting everything up. It's not supposed to rain too hard for you, so you guys might be able to accomplish quite a bit between now and Saturday. Does it start at Zulu Saturday?
Yeah, it starts at 4 o'clock our time on Friday.
Zulu time, 0 Zulu Saturday, yeah, okay.
I'm still trying to figure out boom to element insulators. I got confused on the DX Engineering site, and I haven't called Robert yet.
Okay, well, I don't know what would be confusing about them. They had them. When DX Engineering bought the name of that company, they bought it from a company that was started by a couple of guys, and finally one guy up in Oregon. And he copied our insulator or something similar to it so that he could do the same thing with his antenna elements that we did. And then they bought the company and the name. And they certainly have the wherewithal to keep making the insulators. So as long as they fit a 3-inch boom, I don't think you have a problem.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get that from you guys. But the insulators, I'm confused about. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, Robert may be able to straighten you out, too, on that before you even call. So call Robert first if you have any questions there, and then he may be able to answer what questions you might have. He can probably call up DX Engineering. They're a dealer, so he can just go click, and he's got them on the screen. Over.
Yeah, okay. I looked on M-Squared's site, and I couldn't find anything about the insulators. Maybe I didn't click enough.
Well, we don't make the insulator as it used to be. The whole insulator was insulation material. Now it's mostly aluminum plates that are bolted together, and The insulator part is a 7/8 fiberglass rod that runs through and on into the element for about 12 inches or so.
Yeah, okay, maybe I did see that. It seemed like it was pretty expensive.
Yeah, I told you they weren't cheap.
Yeah. Well, money isn't everything.
Well, that's a good thing to say. In today's world, it's awful. You know, you go into the hamburger place, and you get a hamburger and fries and some onion rings, and you're looking at $20.
Yeah, right. Well, as long as the stock market holds on, I'm good to keep buying stuff.
Yeah. Well, they are expensive. There's no doubt about it. But there's 4 machined parts in there, not to mention the fiberglass rod. It has to be machined also. We have to drill holes in it and stuff like that. But the machined aluminum is big chunks of aluminum. It's 3/8 thick, and those are, I think, 2-inch wide, 2 or 2.5 inch wide by 1/2 inch thick bar stock that we make those out of. So there's a lot of aluminum weight there. They're also a little heavier than the other insulators, but that's usually not a factor. But no, if you could get the ones from DX Engineering for half the price or something, well, I would jump on it. So I haven't heard anything bad about their insulators for the old KLM and the old M² stuff over.
Yeah, understand. By the way, the original insulators, the plastic, or I forgot which kind of chemical it is, they've held up real well on all 3 of my KLM 20s. It's just the bottom boom broke. And I'm tempted to just use the elements, use the old 47-year-old elements insulators.
Well, they should be fine. That's Lexan, and obviously, if they've held that long, it was the virgin, and then we didn't get it contaminated by the molder. We didn't have a big enough mold machine to run the insulators originally. So we went outside, and that's when we had a little trouble with the one of the vendors. He was mixing regrind back in there, and you can't do that with Lexan because it destroys the mechanical properties of the material. It's still the same electrically, but it destroys it mechanically. As I told you how we were testing it when we finally found that, so we tested every insulator. So if yours been up there that long, and UV, they're solid as a rock UV-wise. UV will never get to them. I mean, maybe in 200, 300 years, UV would finally get to them, but I don't think you have any issues over.
And I'm not going to be around in 300 years. I think if I can convince my conservative chief engineer who wants to sort of update things, maybe we'll just take it the way it is. I'll just get a boom and go.
Yeah, I don't think from your standpoint, if it's not an infinite task and infinitely expensive to get the antenna down if something does break, maybe, and some of that work can be done on the tower if the right one breaks. Of course, the one that's going to break is the reflector, haha.
Oh, yeah. Always at the end of the boom.
Yeah. Isn't that the way it works?
Well, we'll solve the problems as they come along. It's just Murphy really had a hit about a week ago.
Yeah, well, if those have lasted that long, I think they're fine. I think they've proved themselves, and they aren't the kind of material that deteriorates. That stuff is just fine, and Lexan is just spectacular material for contact lenses and antenna insulators.
Okay. Well, you convinced me, but I got to convince Gary. Okay, carry on, N6RO.
No, it wouldn't hurt to get the price on what they are doing with them. I think they have the DX Engineering, at least the original guy that was making them up there, he was mixing, and this is valid. They seemed to held up pretty well too, but they were mixing something in. It was either ABS with fiberglass fibers mixed into it. So it was a combination of ABS and fiberglass strands or granules or little pieces of fiberglass in the material. But I don't know if that's what they're made of now. When you talk to Robert, or if you call DX Engineering, they can tell you what the material is that they're using now. Over.
Okay, we'll do that. Thanks for the info.
Yeah, okay. 7-3, we'll see you tomorrow night on 432 KN6RO with a pause now for the guy that we keep leaving out in the wind here. W6SSW K6MYC, Steve. May have gone to bed by now. What time is it, Ken?
It's 8:56.
Oh, we're not doing too bad. I was thinking it might be as late as 9:30. We're moving right along here.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty speedy.
I better get up there to Nevada, then I can come back to Sacramento afterwards. But Larry goes to bed up there at 9. If I'm not on here by 9, he's in bed.
Okay. Go get him.
See ya. There he is. Roger, Roger, Roger. Coming to Nevada. Coming to Nevada. Here we come. Okay, heading toward Nevada, and KD6BQ, 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 N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, probably not functional yet on 2 meters. KD6BQ, go ahead, Richard, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, your S9 here. Good signal tonight. Kind of surprised me because it's sleeting outside. So we're kind of halfway between rain and snow right now. So anyway, good evening to you and good signal. I'll go ahead.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show you, I've had good signals from almost everybody tonight. And I'm not raining here at all, nor has it rained. So when it rains for you guys, the signals are good. When it rains here, that's when it goes to crap. Over.
You're 5 at 9 here, November 7 Whiskey Tango.
Yeah, very loud, Larry. Good to hear you.
You're 5 at 9, Mike. N7WT 657.
Yeah, he must have a slow switch over. I said, we got you, Larry. And thank you very much. We got you all okay. Good signal. You're 5 at 9 also. Over.
Roger, Roger. Okay, that time you come in real good, but I just had a blank in my radio for a minute, like got overpowered by something else.
I'll be darned. Might have been Richard keying the mic there.
Could have been.
Anyway, you probably, if you've been watching the live streaming, you know, we wasted a little bit of time here. Not wasted, but we spent some time this evening trying to work a guy over the top of you into Utah, southern Utah there. He was about 82 degrees for me, so you're at 2 or 3 degrees, and he's at 82, so about almost 90 degrees off of you. But we tried with NR7T is what it is. November Radio 7 Tango. You might have a shot at him. He's in Utah, and he's at 6,000 feet with 600 watts and a 2M12, I think. It's a 12-element Yagi. I'm assuming it's an M-squared 2M12, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I heard his meteor pings here when he went to CW, but we had nothing on the direct path. But I have made it to Utah before. I've been heard over there by Jim Wilson when he tested with me one day. And then he never got his station up and running. But we knew we could make it. He had heard me on sideband in good shape. So it just depends on the conditions for the day. Anyway, that's a guy that you might be able to work, or certainly have a shot at him. You may have enough blockage, though, to the east that it may not be functional for you. He's in Delta November 37. Delta November 37, so you might plug that in and see what heading it is for you. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I have worked Salt Lake and Ogden in Utah on 2 meters and 6 meters both from here in the past. The problem is just knowing where to point, when to point, over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what you use the grid squares for. There is a program, and I think on QRZ.com it's in there. If you I don't know, Rob, are you back?
Roger, I'm here. Yeah, I looked it up, and for my heading, it was 82 degrees, over.
Yeah, but what program do you look up where to point using the grid squares?
Just on QRZ, when you look up his call sign, it usually gives you your location and the direction you need to point to get to him, over.
Okay, did you copy that, Larry?
Roger, I understand that. I say that all the time. You just go down into their information, and it will always tell you exactly where to point your beam towards whatever station you're wanting to work. So
yeah,
that's I know all about that, over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's one that you should try to work for. How about you, Redshirt KD6BQ? How's your shot in that direction?
Yeah, over.
Oh, I doubled with you a little bit. I thought you were done, Larry.
Got to get here. Good signal. KM6SRR. Good strong signal tonight. Also along with Mike here on equal with him at the moment. Anyway, we'll kick it back over to Richard. Richard, pick up Rob, over.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. KM6SRR, KD6BQ. Not as strong right now as Mike was, but I think the signals have shifted over towards Larry and away from me. Anyway, good evening. Good to hear you on, and I'll get to your question there, Mike. I looked up NR7T. He's at 105 degrees from me. Actually, he's in the same town where my father is right now. And let's see, he's about 380 miles, so it's a pretty long reach, but it's possible, over.
Yeah, no, I think it's possible unless you got a big mound of dirt in front of you.
Well, you got to remember, I'm in a valley. I got mounds of dirt all the way around me, but in that direction, they're not quite as big. They're only 7,000 to 7,500 feet instead of 10 to 12,000 in the other direction, over.
Yeah, what have you got in my direction?
Actually, I'm shooting down through a little slot towards Carson City that's, it's not exactly aligned with you, but it's close. And in that direction, my radio horizon's half a degree, over.
Oh, well, that's probably why you get through here so well, even with your 10 watts on 432 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm shocked that I can get you on 432. Yeah, my direction, I'm going to make a schedule to try to work N1 PPP up in, where is it? Up in the lakes area. I forgot the name of the place. Anyway, he's not that far from me, but he's right over Mount Rose, and I have about an 11-degree horizon in that direction, over.
Yeah, that's a tough path even for me. He was in here tonight. I was pointed toward the south end of the Bay Area, which is about 280, and he normally is in here at 310 to 315. That's his normal heading to Clear Lake. And he pounded in and gave me all the check-ins that he had there with good copy, and then all of a sudden I was talking to him, and I turned it back, and he was gone. So the path is very, very spotty in that Clear Lake Valley that he's in. So you're walking from Wausau Valley to Clear Lake Valley around the lake there. It's that could be tricky, but it might be a good one.
Yeah, we're going to give it a try on FT8 here sometime, and that'll be it's a pretty rough path with a 11-degree horizon in my direction, or from my place. And Mount Rose, that peak is probably only about 5 miles from the house, so it's a tough climb, but we'll get over it. Hopefully in the summer, I'm going to get up an antenna with an azimuth elevation rotator and see if I get any benefit from elevating the antenna a little bit and pointing it closer to the peak there, over.
Yeah, you might improve your knife edge a little bit doing that, that's for sure. That would be a good test, particularly up at 11 degrees. That's quite a ways off the horizon. I have seen advantages in doing that. I worked a guy in Afghanistan one time on 2 meters and on 6, but he had to do that. He didn't do that, but he had a terrible shot to the east, but we blasted into the mountain, and at some point in time he got ground gain off the side of the hill, and the next thing I know, he was at 15 degrees, and I worked him over.
Yeah, but well, I've worked guys over in the Bay Area, and it's, you know, I'm going over Tahoe, going that direction, and I got 2 8,000-foot ridges that way, so it's not a whole lot better in that direction, but I've managed to work into the Bay Area okay.
Yeah, very good. Well, good luck with Dave and the guys here. So that'll be interesting to see what you come up with. I think you can do it on FT8. I don't doubt that you'll make it on FT8 because you can do it on a peak. You just the computer just keeps hammering away like packet until you get it through. Over.
Yeah, I just got to decide how hard I want to push the amp when I'm running FT8, whether I want to crank it down a little bit or not. Over.
Well, I would just run it at 1,200 watts or so. It's not going to make any difference on the other end. 1,200 to 1,500 isn't going to hurt it. You could run it at 1,500 for half a minute or whatever you're on there on the FT8. I don't think that's an issue.
Okay, well, I was thinking of actually turning it down a little bit just in case, but I guess what you're telling me is that it would run fairly high duty cycle at the 1,200 watts.
Oh yeah, you got a good fan on that. That's a good amplifier. That thing should legitimately make 1,500 watts, unless your shack is 100 degrees or something. You should be able to hold the key down for an hour at 1,500 out, but there's no point in pushing it.
Yep, I'd like the tube to last, but yeah, I guess it should be pretty robust. Maybe I worry a little too much. The other thing I got to be careful of is my lightning arresters that I have in line for going up to the antenna. I got the 2M12 up there, but that'll take it. But the lightning arresters in the line probably won't take the full 1,500 watts on 2 meters.
So just run it at 1,200, you know, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,300, somewhere in there, wherever it's comfortable, and don't fight it. It ain't going to make any difference. You're either going to have an almost. If you got an almost, then you can go up a little bit. But if it's not there at all, then you haven't lost anything.
Yeah, my experience with the digital modes on 2 meters is they're either there or they're not. There's no halfway in between, and when they're there, they're usually strong enough you could work them on CW too.
Yeah, that's usually the case. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, I haven't been to Nevada. I mean, I haven't been to Sacramento yet, so those poor guys are wondering what the hell's going on. Luckily, they hopefully are watching the live stream here. But nice to chat. Good luck with the Nevada station, perhaps. That would be interesting to work in the same town with your dad. That's amazing. What's the name of the town again?
Yeah, he's in Cedar City, Utah.
Yeah, Cedar City. That's it. That's where he's at. Yes, sure enough. Okay. All right, Larry, 73's to you. I don't think Daniel's in here because Daniel's still got problems on 2 meters, I think. Daniel, KE7UQL, are you here? Now, he would have chimed in if he was here. Okay, Larry 73, we'll see you guys tomorrow night on 432. KN7WT to take it with KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Kilo 7 Sierra Uniform November. The 7-3 Mike. You're down here's the noise now. By the way, one last thing, if you're still talking. I used to work Sunday morning Stropo in the Boise, Idaho. NYC and 7WT 73.
Hey, good evening, Richard. KD6BQ. This should be a little better. I'm pointing at you now. Over.
Well, that was Stan, K7SUN. Stan, any better copy now? K7SUN 442, K6MYC, over.
Well, the band went down, Mike, but I copied you now. I just wanted to check in. Just had the radio on here tonight, so I wanted to check in, Mike. Bozo
over.
Yeah, we got you. Something going on with a microphone. Every now and then you go to a rumble. It's not disturbing your audio, but a rumble comes in there with it. Sounds like a mic cord or something rubbing on the mic or something rubbing on the mic. Over.
Roger, I need to find another microphone, Mike. Yeah, this is just an old microphone. I can't seem to find the stock one, so I will come up with a better microphone. Over.
I wouldn't worry about it for the Bozo Net here because we don't talk that long, but if you run long rag chews, it could be a bit annoying. Over.
Roger, I will find a better microphone. So anyway, I did want to check in tonight. So 73 Mike, K7SUN.
Yeah, you're pounding in here now, 5 and 8, 5 and 9, big signal. And you know we're live streaming. You know about that, right?
Yes, you told me that last week, Mike, so I did know it. Over.
Yeah, and you could hear your signal. You can also go back in the archives. Every net is archived, so you can go back and listen to yourself in a few minutes if you want to go back over there now. Over.
Roger, I can do that, Mike. So anyway, I will have a different microphone the next time I check in. So 73 Mike, K7SUN, clear.
Okay, well, don't make a stranger of yourself, and don't wait too long for the new mic. If it's got a long lead time, go ahead and check in with the old mic. 73 Stan, good to hear you. K7SUN 442, 7WT for your final area, K6MYC.
Yeah, lucky you get it right there where you're 5 and 9 again, Mike.
Good evening, Stan. K7SUN. This is Kilo Mike 6 here at Romeo. Over.
During the VHF contest,
I have this copy on you. You're a good solid F7 tonight also. So yeah, I'll let you go. Don't want to talk on this miserable microphone too long. So anyway, take care, K7SUN.
73 Stan. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, a little bit of a double, Larry. You guys, Stan's not hearing you, and you're not hearing Stan. That's okay. Anyway, 7-3, Larry, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. And take it and send it to Richard for a final. K6MYC. Go ahead, Larry. Roger, 73's very strong, no problem. But the CW works too, Richard. M7, KD6BQ, and N7WT and K7SUN. 73, K6MYC, going back to Sacramento.
Yeah, you peaked up to 20 over here for a minute.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
Yeah, good night, Mike. See you later, KD6BQ.
Yeah, see you on 432. We need one of those peaks on 432.
Yeah, we need a good peak.
Good evening, Richard. KD6BQ, KM6SR, 73.
KM6SR, KD6BQ.
Roger, thanks. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, finally into Sacramento. The Sacramento boys took the final leg here this evening. KJ6KFB, KO6KD, KR6MR, K6MYC. Anybody?
KO6. Mike or?
I gotcha. KO6KD, good evening.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Very, very poor conditions tonight. 776. Checking in and I'll get underway. And very poor conditions. Over.
Well, I don't know how you know conditions are poor. I haven't been pointed at you until just about 10 seconds ago. Over. talking. Give me the call. Go ahead.
459-759.
Yeah, well, the problem, I got good conditions to you guys, but I've got my inverter noise. The inverter neighbor is lit up all of a sudden. That's the only time I've heard it tonight. But it seems to be peaking right at you guys here for some reason. KR6MR, K6MYC. I got you, John.
Okay, Mike. Also check in Darren, KJ6KFB, and he is Bozo 756. Over.
Okay, that's Darren, KJ6KFB. I got him. Got you and Bill, KO6KD, and KR6MR, all okay. Just not up at the moment, but it probably will come up. I'll stay in this direction and see if we can pull Redding through, but I don't know what I'm going to hear with this noise. Did you turn the blanker on for me, Aaron?
Much better copy now, over.
Yeah, much better copy now. Who was that?
That was me, KR6MR.
Yeah, okay, well, there was two people talking at once, John. I got it. Yeah, it came up. It's up and down tonight. There's a lot of QSB, and for the most part, we've had excellent above-average conditions, so you guys are the only guys that are kind of below average tonight, over.
Oh, I'm never below average. Come on. So I'll let you go, and let's read them on 9432, KR6MR.
Yeah, you can listen to the the horrible signal path on the streaming there. You're all over the place with flutter and up or down QSB and all over that place. All right, back to you, Bill. Let's see if it's any better for you. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, now it's just wonderful. Now it sounds absolutely great. You're an easy S9 to 5 over. Very good signal now.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to have another morning where I'm probably not going to be in there. I was not able to get on this morning. As you know, I was out of the house at 8:15. Tomorrow morning I've got to go in with Matt, so whenever he leaves I'll be done, but I'll probably be busy with breakfast and other stuff because I won't be coming back until well into the afternoon. So I'll probably have to have my breakfast. Today I went into town, had my stitches pulled, came back, and then I sat down and had breakfast at my normal time. It was a real quick turnaround, but I wasn't able to get on the radio. Tomorrow about the same, but Friday I should be fine. Everything should be back to normal on Friday, Bill, over.
Roger. No worries. I'll tell Bob, and we had a pretty good group in there this morning, so I'll let the guys know, and we'll see you then on Friday,
Roger, and maybe we'll have that emergency nuclear threat sorted out by then, over.
Oh, I didn't know there was going to be such a thing. Okay, well, I'll look for the bright light.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's nuclear, but they're kind of hinting it might be nuclear related, but they can't say anything, but don't worry about it. It's all okay, but it's very much of an emergency, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
I haven't heard a thing about it, so I'll just not worry until I see the bright flash.
Yeah, when you smile and watch for the flash, huh?
Yeah, smile and say cheese. Yeah, look for the flash.
Yeah.
All right, well, good night, 7-3. I'm going to go and hop on out of here, and we'll look for you Friday.
Roger, see you Friday. Let me see if I can get Redding in here. KO6KD, no, KD6BQ, no, that's not right. KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, and KO6HS, K6MYC. Calling anybody? Okay, well, I hear you. I think that's Jerry in there, KO6HS. It's very light and fluttery at the moment, but we do have QSB. So you'll probably come up in a minute, but I'll check you in. KO6HS 230 K6MYC. Go ahead, Jerry.
Roger, roger. And copy all that flutter, too. You got some flutter on you also. You come up just a little bit, and maybe
Yeah, very, very difficult copy because of the flutter. Let's see if Rich is in there. KD6SW. Rich, any copy? K6MYC. Over, over.
Yeah, KD6SW. KD6 dropping wet, number 145. Over.
Yeah, 145. We got you. Yeah, it's a real choppy QSB, real funny QSB on a few directions today. We had the same thing going south. Now we've got the same thing going north to you guys. It's not east and west. It's pure, beautiful signals, east and west. But north and south, it's all chopped up. So there's something going on in the big valley here. Anyway, great to hear you, Rich. Sorry I'm so late, guys. We got a lot of things that we had talking about. Hopefully you're watching us and listening to us on the stream. If you are, that keeps you entertained while you're waiting. KD6SW, sopping wet. K6MYC, is it raining?
I don't know about right at the moment, Mike. It was raining pretty much all day. A couple of times it was really pouring down pretty nice. But, yeah, we're getting our share of rain for sure. By the way, you were up to S9 for a short bit, then you went back down again. Over.
That's what I told you. The QSB is just ferocious tonight. You were real strong that time, too. Very nice signal. Okay, on the rain. I've had no rain here. It's raining all around me, but nothing here at my place yet. So who knows? Anyway, let me see if I can finish up with Jerry there above the noise. KO6HS, Jerry, 73s, and enjoy the weather. And we'll see you on Sunday night. KO6HS and KD6SW, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jerry. Roger, 7-3. Very difficult copy because of the chopped up QSB flutter and stuff. I don't know if it couldn't exactly call it flutter. It just seems like it's broken up into little chunks. You're probably hearing the same thing on me. Anyway, 7-3s, guys, thanks for being there. Thanks for sticking around and waiting for so long there. Sorry about being so long here tonight. 73s, we'll see you Sunday. KD6SW and KO6HS, K6MYC will be clear. Bye-bye.
All right. So long there, Mr. Mike. KD6 sopping wet, Reading.
And now you're back up to 5 and 8, 5 and 9. It's all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, ending on a peach. We'll see you.
Holy cow, big peak. You're in the room with me all of a sudden.
Yeah, but not for long, I'm afraid. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Yeah, it's a short visit, huh?
That's it.
All righty. Take care, guys. All right, I think we're done. I guess we got Eddie early, Rob. I don't know whether Ken ever came back in the shack after the 10-meter thing. Ken, are you back? Normally he doesn't back, but normally he checks in with the guys up in Nevada. And the other one we didn't hear tonight was Mike. I don't know what happened to Mike. Maybe he's feigning sickness in thoughts for Bill. AA6S. Over.
Oh yeah, Mike WA6AJ. Yeah, I was wondering about him. Did you have Dane come in there tonight? I thought I might have heard you talk to him real briefly. Over.
Yeah, Dane came in, but he was in between a bunch of the guys up north, and it was hard to get a conversation going when nobody can hear him and he can't hear anybody. I shouldn't worry about that now with the streaming because the guys can hear him streaming, but of course in that bowl in Coarse Gold or in Oakhurst where he is there, he's in Coarse Gold and not a very good spot.
Roger. I think I got about 33, including you and I. Is that what you got?
Yeah, somewhere in there, 31, 32, 33. I can't see my numbers anymore, but a little bit more than 3/4 of the page is filled here.
Okay, I don't think I missed anything. I've been trying to go get the fire going, but haven't got a chance to get down there long enough. Over.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well, go get it going now. I had trouble getting mine going. I had to use 6 pine cones tonight to get it going, but once I got it going, I got it going. I guess I've just been trying to skimp by on too little heat. I've really got to get my fireplace hot, particularly when I'm burning wood that's just a tad damp, and that's what I'm trying to burn now. And it's okay, but I got to have the firebox really lit up and hot when I stick those guys in there, and then they take off and go. But if I try to milk it with 1 pine cone and a couple of tissue papers, I don't get it done.
Yeah, Roger on that. I'm having the same issue. So, yeah, I find out that if you get it nice and hot, it'll keep going. But I've also taken, when I first put them in, I'll leave the door cracked a bit and get some air going through there real quick, and that usually pulls the moisture out fast. Over.
Yeah, no, I'm doing the same thing. By the way, the word that we got, and it's not 100% for sure because the guy was just talking to Lee. Lee stopped by to drop off some stuff with the guy that fixes the log splitter. And he said the engine's blown or the engine's no good. We should replace it. I'm having trouble with that, but since we ran it, and it did pretty good except for the balance of the choke and the throttle. That was the only thing we had trouble with, and it made it a little bit soggy weak-wise. We were having trouble pushing through them big logs, but that I don't think there's any real serious problem with the engine, but maybe there is. But I'm yet to hear it firsthand. I'm going to swing by there tomorrow. I should have done it today on the way home, and I just went right by there and forgot to have Jeff stop in. But I'll swing in there tomorrow and see if I can get a straight story. But he said the Tecumseh engine needs to be replaced. Over.
Well, it could be tired or something. It had compression, I'm pretty sure, when we pulled on it. You heard it, there's some compression in there. So I wonder why he thinks it's gone out. Maybe it's just too weak or something, or maybe something's wrong with one of the valves or something. And in that case, maybe it is time to do a new engine. Over.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what quit. Maybe we had spark. I don't know. It seems like when you don't have a spark, it ain't going to start. And I swear to God, we didn't have a spark after it quit the first time there, but maybe we were just not catching it. In any case, I'll try to get the straight story from them. They've got all the tools to check that stuff. Okay, I got a phone call here. Hang on.
Hey, Rob, how's it going? WA6LOL.
Hey, Dave, I heard you were in there earlier, so I got you checked in there, but good to hear you live. Over.
Yeah, I turned down the local stuff.
Rob, I'm talking to Kerry on the phone here. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Down, the guys in Redding would come in like they were S9, and then they were in the noise.
He's already...
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, KM6SR, 73, Mike. I hear somebody else in there besides Dave, too. Over.
Yeah, that was me, Rob. I was just telling Mike good night. K6US Flight.
Okay, Aaron. Yeah, thanks. I'll talk with Dave some more, and you can have some fun listening. Over.
Yeah, I'm just disconnecting.